Hi, I'm Jamie Matiso from Beauty Packaging Magazine, and I have the pleasure today to be here with Eric Cesar from PKG Group slash YonwooPKG. And we're going to talk a little bit about the intersection of sustainability and luxe and materials people want to use. So I want to ask you a few questions, but thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
So sustainability is obviously a massive initiative for eco-conscious brands. How has this affected the packaging options available for the brands?
Well, we have seen that many of the eco-conscious brands, not all of them, but many of them have been shying away from materials that are not considered widely recyclable. So PETG, ABS, SAN, anodized aluminum sleeves. The demand for those specific resins has dropped for new projects significantly. So the bottom line is that the amount of options, packaging options available has really been reduced. Now, in our space, in the luxury skincare market, it's absolutely critical to reach the end consumer on an emotional level. And there's no doubt about it that packaging is on the front line of that connection. It's the first thing that you see, it's the first thing that you feel, even before you get to the actual formula. So, what we saw was all of these different brands gravitating towards packaging, which was all very similar. And in a space where brand identity is so important, that's a scary place to be when you're all looking at kind of parallel packaging.
And also some of those materials that you said have been banned in certain places now too, right? Or bans are coming about for.
Oh yeah, certain parts of the world are looking to, put an additional tax on companies that are using those resins. But the three big three that are being gravitated to are PE, PP, and PET.
How is PKG Group, YonwooPKG, redefining the area where sustainability meets luxury?
Well, if you had asked me this about 5 or 6 years ago, my answer would be much different. We used to rely heavily on ABS, PETG, SAN, but now we're bringing luxury and sustainability together in really three different ways. The first is by making packaging truly recyclable. We actually had a major problem. We can manufacture 1 billion pump engines per year. And 6 years ago, every single one of those engines had a metal spring, which is a no-no. When you're manufacturing 1 billion of anything a year, it's a lights out manufacturing process, very high speed, very automated. So to make a slight change was a big deal for us, but we did it. We actually started manufacturing in-house our very own bellows springs. We modularly swapped out the metal spring for this plastic bellows so that our entire stock existing line, anything that had recyclable materials, by incorporating the bellows spring, we now had recycle ready packaging without having to develop anything. So that was very powerful for us. That was the first way, making recycle ready packaging. The second way, innovative refills. Refills are very popular in Europe. They're becoming more and more popular in the US. And PKG, Yonwoo, has actually patented the easy airless refill system. And just by way of example, I'm going to illustrate this. It is this particular one. We have an entire line, but this one is the jar version. It is a center dispenser airless pump. When you exhaust all the product in here, all you have to do is twist the bottom inner jar out. That can be discarded or recycled because it is made of PP and PE. You buy your refill, take off the transit cap, in through the bottom, lock it in, and you are ready to pump your next round of product. So this is one of our refill systems. We have many others, but more importantly, it's not just in cylindrical designs. All of the next generation of refills are going to be in different shapes, different profiles, and some innovative concepts, which I can't share here, but we will be ready to share soon.
Well, I hope you come back and share them. I can't wait to hear what they
Sure.
are.
And then finally, say you don't want refill and say you don't want single wall polypropylene. We have put a massive effort into overmolding with certain materials. I know that injection molding PET to make it heavy and beautiful and clear is something that a lot of companies are doing. We are doing it, but it does have its challenges. It's not an easy thing to do to injection mold heavy PET. So we're overmolding parts with polypropylene. And that means, like for an airless jar, for example, if you want it to be refillable and want it to have weight, but you don't want to use glass or PET, we have an overmolding process which can use a 100% polypropylene part, achieve heavier walls.
Huh.
So that's something else that it's on the market now with a couple of global brands. And we are excited to extend that concept to a lot of other brands moving forward.
Cool, because weight still is associated with luxury, I guess, really.
You know, when you are paying 80, 90, $100 for something and you pick it up, rule number one is it better feel like it's 80, 90,
True.
$100.
Well, thanks so much for all that information. It sounds like you have a lot of good things coming up, so keep us posted.
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
Take care.